My second question was, what role does science play in terms of diet and exercise and sculpting one's body? And can our physical bodies have a preference of what feels best that doesn't necessarily coincide with what our brains want?
Well, we're making all of these answers simpler and simpler these days, because when you have a desire and you find a way to be in vibrational harmony with your desire, which means even though your body has not toned or trimmed to the degree that you want it in terms of what's actually manifested, if the vibrational frequency of you is not one that feels lack, then from that high-flying disc, inspired to the path of least resistance that will help you to get what you want. And each of you are different about where that path of least resistance is. There's not one path. That's why you notice that there's so much variety. Someone said to Esther, who hasn't seen her for a while, it seems to me that you have trimmed a little. And Esther said, I've lost 500 pounds this year. The same 10 pounds over and over and over and over and over. And so what we are wanting all of you to understand is that from this high-flying disc, if you are making decisions, and most of you have a lot of clogged pipes relative to things that you've been wanting for a while that you haven't managed to bring yourself into alignment with. So it really is a matter of finding a new identity, finding a new way of looking at yourself, seeing yourself as you want to be rather than as you currently are. And when that flips, seeing yourself as you want to be becomes the dominant airtime that you're giving, but it takes bringing yourself into alignment about that. Just be easy about it. What you'll begin to notice is that from that high-flying disc, the inspiration comes. And when the inspiration comes from that higher frequency, it is easier to maintain. There are a lot of behaviors that you can offer that will get you some action-oriented results. But when you offer behavior without the alignment behind it, then the behavior becomes tiring. It becomes burdensome, and you don't carry on with it very long. But if the inspiration, if from that place of alignment, of really knowing what you want and feeling what you want, if the inspiration comes from that point, then it is not something that you have to sustain or that you have to work at sustaining. It's something that you easily sustain.
Okay.
And then you begin to notice that the cooperative components are not just out there around you, they are within you. All kinds of cooperative components within your own physical beingness, you see. And so science is good at identifying manifestations. Science is really good at identifying the results of vibrational disc choosing. But science has not yet come across the understanding that from attention to vibration, there is no more significant causation in all of the universe. And to do it deliberately, that's going to upend science when they stumble across that.
So does science then, like, when you have, in terms of, like, say, calories in, calories out, that kind of a thing, are they more just generalizing the people that have done something in a high-flying vibration?
They are generalizing what has been done, but
Right.
You just can't take that into account. Look how many people you know who are ingesting dramatically different caloric intake, who are having dramatically different results from it. And so then there's speculation about the calories that they're burning or the types of calories that they're intaking. You make yourself crazy. We're surprised any of you can find anything to eat at all relative to your physical well-being. But as you begin applying from this high-flying disc your attention, you're going to discover the leverage in that we've been touting in everything. In other words, try it for a little while and see what happens. Just see what happens.
That makes sense.
See where the inspiration leads you.
Okay.
If you believe that this particular thing that you are eating is inappropriate given to the results that you are seeking, you are setting a vibration in motion and gathering momentum around it that is affecting your result whether you're eating or not. In other words, every time you eat something and feel guilty, you practice the guilty disc. So even when you're eating something that you don't feel guilty about, guilty momentum is still what's going on. Do you see what we're getting at?
Yeah.
So play with it for a little while and see if you can't find that good feeling place, and then watch all the cooperative components rally to assist you in the results that you're wanting.
Because it seems like there have been times when I've, really kind of beaten myself up and gotten to a spot that, I wanted to be in, but it didn't, you can't maintain that because it's not inspiring anymore. So
what this conversation is really speaking to is that there is response from action. There is, for sure. You know it. You move around in an action-oriented world, and you can get results from action. We don't deny it. We don't even want you to stop acting. We think action is a wonderful manifesting part of your physical time-space reality. But when you find vibrational frequency that matches this powerful energy, and the inspiration to act comes from that vibration, now the action has more leverage. Now you get more results from it. More results. So this is a fun thing. It's new on Esther's list. It's something that she's enjoying. She's sort of set aside everything else that she's thought about that. She's been laying new pipes. She's really wanting to see what universal forces will inspire her to. And so far it's been In and Out Burger. Other things too, but
that's great.